How do you feel excited and courageous to start the travel lifestyle when everyone around you thinks it's a bad idea? Tune in to this week's episode and I'll tell you how. Welcome to the How to Travel Full-Time podcast. I'm your host, Heather Markell. If you're dreaming of full-time travel or moving abroad, but stuck at the emotional, financial, and logistical challenges, this podcast is for you. I'll help you trade overwhelm for information that gets you from down and stuck to up and going. You can dream about the travel lifestyle, or you can live the travel lifestyle. If you're ready to live it, then let's jump in together. If you're not already traveling full-time, then the idea of a full-time travel lifestyle may seem pretty radical. Even if you are brave and adventurous enough to consider it, there may be a lot of people around you, like close friends or family members, that maybe you've kind of mentioned the idea to and they just instantly shut you down. These are the people who point out, they just can't stop themselves, right, from pointing out how worried they are and wonder how on earth are you going to afford it? What are you going to do with your house while you're gone? How will they even spend any time with you if you're never around? You know, lots and lots of reasons that you should not fulfill your dream that they're going to throw out at you. And if you're like me and many other people that are traveling full-time, it takes a while to have the courage to stand up to the fears and anxieties of your loved ones, not to mention your own. It's important to remember that the fear and anxieties that these people around you are throwing out at you belong to your friends and family, but they may not belong to you. That's an important distinction. So a first step is to consider separating out the things that are their fears and anxieties from what are your fears and anxieties. And you can understand that someone who's living in a fixed lifestyle and is conditioned, as we all are, that the way we're supposed to live our lives is to participate in the economy. And that means going to work and working really hard and not liking your job, buying lots of stuff until you retire. And then finally, when you retire, only then are you supposed to enjoy your life. But heaven forbid if you consider enjoying your life before you retire. The next step to handle the naysayers in your life is to take a look at what you're doing when they tell you all these anxieties. I know for myself, at the beginning, I felt like I had to defend myself, and I had to have answers to all of those really good fears and anxieties they had, because I'd of course take them on as my own, and if I couldn't answer them for myself, how was I gonna even start this lifestyle? So if you're in the mode of feeling like you have to defend yourself, and you're struggling to find answers, you're at some point going to realize that no matter how many great answers and wonderful logical responses and proof that you come up with and share with them, they're still going to have more anxieties and fears. They're never going to run out of them. And so you trying to answer all their fears and anxieties is basically a lost cause. So instead, don't answer them. Just say something like, I understand. I understand that this must seem really scary to you. I understand it may not even make sense to you. I get that. And just console with them, but stop defending your decision. That will allow you to start feeling really empowered. And in your mind, you could try stating a mantra like, I understand that my decision is scary for you, and I'm going to do it anyway. Notice my emphasis on the for you. So again, another tool to help you separate out their fear from yours. So this mantra, my decision is scary. I know that my decision is scary for you, and I'm going to do it anyway. This is a great way to start building up some feelings of empowerment and to get yourself out of the mode of constantly feeling the stress, pressure, and obligation to come up with all these answers that never seem to get you any foothold at all, and instead allow you to relax and focus on making your dream happen. The next thing I strongly advise you do is to get a couple of cheerleaders. What I mean by that is find just 2 people. Could be friends, could be family members, could be in a group that you join. Just seek out 2 people in your life who love you and totally support whatever you want to do in life. If you told these 2 people that you're going to run away and join the circus, they're the ones that are going to say, hell yeah, tell me where to buy a ticket. I'm going to come watch. Start sharing your plans with only those 2 people. And stop sharing your plans with the people that you know are going to try to talk you out of making those plans. This will radically shift your own ability to take action and overcome your own fears when you have a couple of people that are right there with you. They're also the ones that if you hit a hurdle and you start coming up with your own fears and anxieties, they're going to talk you out of those fears and anxieties. So make sure to find those people. One great place that you could find some people like that is in our Facebook group called Full-Time Travelers and Nomads, where you'll have a huge group of supportive people. We're currently at about 9,000 members and growing, and you can find lots of support in the group. But I also advise that while you're in the planning stages, you have those couple of people that you can see in person or talk to them regularly on the phone, and make sure that you have that strong support network that's going to be essential in helping you get up and get going. There's one other group of naysayers, but they're a little less overt. And these people, even if you are already living the travel lifestyles, are the ones that may make you feel a little badly. So they make you feel badly about your decision, but eventually you come to realize that maybe you feel badly for them. These are the people that make comments like, it must be nice that some people can live this lifestyle. Wow, you must be loaded if you can afford to travel full time. And all kinds of derogatory remarks, making it sound like you are just a rich, potentially selfish person that's just taking off and somehow different than them. And these people will show up both, like I mentioned, before you take off, and I also noticed them in the first year that I traveled, and it kind of grates on you. So here's my take on this one. The truth is, any person out there that wants to live the travel lifestyle can do it. Obviously, the amount of money available to you and certain circumstances may mean that you can travel full-time less than someone else. It may impact the locations you can go. Yes, absolutely. However, anyone who really puts their mind and efforts to it can do this. And therein lies the key. A lot of people don't realize how much work it takes to live this lifestyle. So it may be about creating years and years and years of savings. It could be foregoing buying things that you really want, like a big house, a new car, whatever it is, and you save the money to live this travel lifestyle instead. Also, from the outside, people not living this lifestyle think it's an extended vacation. And, in their mind, it's like, oh, we're staying at these fancy resorts every night. We're eating out all the time. We're doing fancy things and lots of shopping. And that is not at all what this lifestyle is. What I've come to realize is that people that make these digs at your lifestyle choice, I feel badly for them. Because actually, they're not realizing they could totally do this too if they wanted to. And here's the truth. They don't actually want to do it. It's a dream for them. But when you come right down to it, I know several people I've spoken to, and have made comments like that to me and then I've explored everything more deeply with them, when I get to the part about the sacrifices they have to make to potentially like giving up a home, not doing all the shopping, not having all the stuff you don't need, that's when they realize they don't want to do this. They don't want to give up those creature comforts. They want the fancy car. They want the fancy lifestyle. And it's great because it helps them realize, oh, maybe this isn't something that I'm jealous of because I'm happy with my creature comforts. And if for another person, it might be, maybe you talking to them makes them realize, oh, well, maybe I could give up that subscription to my Wine of the Month Club. Or if I don't get a new phone every year, maybe I could start the savings plan to make this lifestyle happen. So you can expect to come across this type of naysayer whose comments come across a little condescending, but in reality, it's probably someone that's feeling a bit jealous that you're going and living your dream lifestyle. And, they have a dream lifestyle too, whether it be traveling or something else. And they're feeling like they had to sacrifice it because they're not willing to make any changes towards achieving their dream. For other people, it's about knowing they don't want to change their lifestyle and they just don't understand your decision. And that's okay. Like I said before, there are going to be a lot of people who do not understand your decision to live this lifestyle. And that's okay. This is not a lifestyle for everyone, so just accept that. So to summarize some of the helpful tips on how you can deal with all the naysayers in your life if they are standing in the way of you starting the travel lifestyle. First, separate out their fears and anxiety from yours. Make room for the fact that they have their own fears and anxieties and they may not be the same as yours. Next, if you're in the business of defending yourself and trying to explain your way out of each conversation you have with these people and you're feeling like you're on a hamster wheel and getting nowhere, stop. Stop trying to explain the answers to them. Instead, just nod, be compassionate, and tell them you understand that they're having a hard time with your decision and know that you're going to do it anyway. Third, find those 2 cheerleaders, the ones that will support you every step of the way. And when you have your own real fears and anxieties, let them talk you out of them. And finally, remember that some people are going to show up that are either jealous of your decision or can't understand your decision and don't want to give up their own creature comforts and don't understand why you would. Breathe, relax, and just remember that this lifestyle is not for everyone. And that's okay. And go for it anyway. Remember, if you're looking for that awesome support group, come find us on Facebook at Full-Time Travelers and Nomads. Check out the show notes for the URL. I'll talk to you next week. Have a good one. Thanks so much for listening to the How to Travel Full-Time podcast. If you loved it, please leave a review and let us know. Make sure to subscribe to get the latest episodes. Check out the show notes for important resources related to this episode and come visit us at travellifestylecoach.com to learn more great information. If you're ready to get started with the lifestyle, go to moneyfortravelbootcamp.com where you can learn all the strategies to afford this amazing lifestyle. Talk to you next week.